Hi, everyone, and welcome to Community Async number 14, Potpourri. We got Locke on the left and Roz on the right. First time on the restream, Roz, Locke, a returning face. Both of them participate in this Async 14, along with, I think there were 8 total people that played it. And we're going to see how this goes. The big thing here is it is open all dungeons, so we're going to beat every dungeon. As you can see on screen, we start with a few items, and yeah, let's see what the runners end up doing. Hopefully I can sync this up. I synced it up, man. Alright, kicking things off with a little TR small. Also, shoutouts to both of these runners for giving me a tracker that I can just capture myself so I don't have to. Yo, nice gold piggies here. Hold on. We're going to be listening to some Streets of Rage. Looks like Streets of Rage Remake version 5. Got some bombs from the uncle. That's nice. Don't have to worry about farming those. Grab a little bit of magic, and we got a small key to Misery Mire. And yeah, without... I mean, I guess with bombs, you could check a little bit of Hyrule Castle. Ice Rod could get you a little bit of the ways. I mean, you have a little bit of potion. You can at least kill the blue guard in the map chest, but... meh. We have other stuff that we can go do. The question is how long until these runners recognize that they haven't activated flute already. That's the true question. The true testament of your game knowledge. I don't actually remember the last time this mode... What the hell was that? The last time this mode showed up on the ladder. Locke going ahead up the mountain already. What was that on lock screen? I just saw like a random explosion. Oh. Streets of Rage is very good tunes. Big fan. Big fan. Alright, we're getting a small key to Skullwoods. It's a nice one to have. And a shovel in Spectacle Cave. Well, I guess it's good to get that one out of the way first. It's like, Rods is heading on out of here. Where are we going? Back to Link's house. Rods seems to be a little uncertain what they want to do, but looks like heading to Kakariko from the south. I'm just sitting here jamming. See if Locke got this this bomb jump down. Easy. That is the interesting thing about this mode is with activated starting flute and a hookshot. I mean, you have access to Paradox Cave right away if you can find some bombs. You just have to, oh my gosh, manage to get there without dying. And if Locke was unlucky, he could have landed right on a dead rock and died. Unfortunately, he did not. We did see a piece of heart at the race game, so I'm going to ignore that. And it looked like another piece of heart here at library, so I'm going to ignore that one too. And Locke has enough bombs. I'm wondering if we'll see... I mean, if he has an Ice Rod shot, he can use that to hit the switch. There's our first sword here in the back of Tavern. Nicely done. Nice find. Hookshot's also good just for taking out all those Moldworms. Locke gonna use his last bomb, gets another key to Skullwoods. Roz picks up a big key to Skullwoods, okay. Just find all the Skullwoods stuff. Locke gets a second hookshot. For this pool, I'm pretty sure there are just going to be duplicates of all the starting items that doesn't have that rule in place where it's replaced with, like, you know, a green 20 or 50 rupees or something, so. No, there is no double hook shot or double claw shot like in Twilight Princess. What a shame. That hook shot was kind of cool. Kind of. Got the Bombos Medallion here in Blind's Hut. Another heart container. Put us up to 4 hearts. 300 smackers. Money good. That looked like a big key up on Floating Island. So that's kind of gross. Got a small key to pod here in Blind's Hut. So plenty of keys showing up already. That big key is going to be interesting later. Of course, we can't get that until we have Moon Pearl, Mitts, Mirror, all them goodies. Oh, we do get a map check. Look like a red crystal at Hera. I think it was a green pendant at Eastern, and then another crystal at Desert. It might have just been a regular pendant at Eastern. Locke doing the classic Kakariko skip. Continuing to do the Kakariko skip. Roz picking up a hammer. And like a blue mail and 3 small keys here. There's the other GT small, or another GT small. And the glove. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, we just need to find that Moon Pearl and we have Dark World access. Pretty stacked Kakariko, I would say. Locke, don't you want those bombs? You're down to 2. Oh, unfortunately, Roz does not get the quick hook through the block push to grab the chest, so we'll have to make an extra trip inside. It's a small time loss. But I know as a player, it's like, come on. How do you mess that up? Alright, what do we got here at Mini Moldering Cave? 50 bucks. Our first bottle. Heart piece, 20 smackers, 20 smackers. Okay, so mostly just that first bottle. I mean, that's good news for Locke. He'll get to check Sick Kid on his first trip to Kakariko. Which, you know, in a standard mode, that'd be kind of a big deal, but when you have a starting activated flute, it really doesn't matter that much. Wouldn't take long for Roz to just flute on back there and grab that. These Voldarns are giving Roz the business. They're expertly dodging that hook shot somehow. Okay, just a heart cannon off the Sick Kid. Not gonna say no to that. Yeah, at this point we're really just kind of looking for that Moon Pearl. I mean, we do have this glove, so you could have something on the Big Chief, Big Zora. But then again, we always still could dip into Eastern. It looks like Ra's going to be heading up the mountain while Locke is going to be working his way through Kakariko. Now, this is something we didn't see on Locke's side because of a lack of visual aid going through the dark room. Having a sword allowing you to save the old man is so much nicer than trying to do it blind. Oh, that's the other thing is with that hammer, we could see Roz make a dip into Tower of Hera. A little bit unfortunate for Locke. No bombs means he's gonna have to do another extra loop back into Kakariko well. And just a heart piece off the old man. Nobody get too excited about. So it's big key, small key shuffle. So the maps and compasses, I think, are still forced into their dungeons. Which, I'm pretty sure when this mode was made, they didn't have that new change where a compass for a dungeon will tell you what boss is in that dungeon when you check the map. Or, yeah, when you check the map within the dungeon. So I guess having the compass being in there is kind of helpful, because this is boss shuffle. So if you find the compass, you can check to see what the boss is. Then you know whether you need to, like, whether you can beat it if you have to commit to it or whatnot. I don't remember what was in the back of Blind's hut. That Locke is gonna skip out on because he didn't have any bombs. I think right now the question is who's gonna go to Eastern first? I gotta assume Locke is going to... Well, I gotta assume Roz is probably going to head on into Terrapera. If I was a guessing lad. Misstep there. And try and do this again, get the bomb jump over. I do like how in this game that you can kind of save yourself from falling if you hold in the opposite direction as you start to fall. Really nice find for Locke, the bush crabs dropping free bombs. Was confirming that big key. Gonna go ahead and do Spiral Cave. We see a ball at Lumberjack Cave. Well, it is all dungeons, so we do have to beat Aga 1 anyway. So that's not a bad thing to find. Of course, now we still need to get the boots and access to Aga Tower and the small keys for Aga Tower before we even can consider that. So, I mean, if I am Locke, I'm already, like, writing that location off for a while. Because that's just not going to happen. The real question is, what is our Gomu going to be this seed? And if you say Castle Tower small, that's easy. You're going easy mode. That's the easiest guess to make. Try harder. So what's interesting here is, because of the cool Hera pot trick, depending on what boss is up at the top of Hera, we could see Roz actually be able to beat the boss, potentially. Druk is saying Gomo's going to be the pod big. Very interesting. Well, it is all dungeons, so, you know, we are going to eventually figure out what our pendant dungeons are and what could potentially be in Ganon's Tower. So, like, Eastern's a pendant, so Eastern Big could be in GT. Let's see, we got a Helma. I mean, you do have Hammer, so this Helma wouldn't be too bad to go for, but boy, I really do I do strongly dislike when the Helmasaur replaces Eddie Moldorms in a seed. Nice Herapod. Piece of cake. Grabs the fairy, that's smart. We're gonna grab the one chest down here. And then we'll make a play on Helmasaur. Ooh, that's kind of unfortunate. Because you're limited to how many things you can actually get in this dungeon. And when 2 of the 3 things you pick up are just the map and compass. Kind of annoying. Alright, let's see this Helma fight as Locke's heading up to Ice Rod Cave. This fight can be really annoying because depending on where Helma's standing, for whatever reason, the hammer hits just don't work. So far, it's good, though. Basically, as long as Helma's not standing completely over the hole, your hammer should still be working. Well, except for there. For some reason, those are not working. Is that a fire rod out of Ice Rod Cave? Is that what I missed? Ooh, this is scary trying to go for this. Yeah, trying to go for hammer hits on this is gonna be tough. Let's see if Roz can do it. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen Helma that far to the left before. Patience is key here for sure. Yeah. Trying to make sure I see what's on both screens. Oh. Nicely done. Well, that was a dicey fight, but Roz gets through it just fine. No problem. Gets a fiver. Gets a first crystal. It looked like Locke picked up... it looked like a TR small, and it looked like a Hera small at some point. Oh, could you imagine if Moonpearl's like Hera Basement or something? That'd be gross. Okay, well, I believe that's the only... I guess Dark Cross is technically in logic with Fire Rod. But... because we have access to the back of Escape, you might as well just full clear all of Hyrule Castle if you can. And then, I feel like we gotta go Eastern soon. Where's this Blue Pearl gonna be? There's our second flute. 2? Oh, we're getting a map check? Ooh, okay, so Pendants at Pod and Skull. And then a 5er at Thieves Town. So Pod Big could be that go mode. If the big key to Pod ends up being in Ganon's Tower. Nah, it's you know it's gonna be Castle Tower Smalls. It's always Castle Tower Smalls. There's the map. I guess Locke at that point, if he was counting, would have known that that was either going to be the map or it's going to be in Dark Cross. But, you know, still makes sense to go ahead and set up the death ward. Man, I need to get the soundtrack. I do love me some Streets of Rage music. So let's just think for a second. After Dark Cross, what do we have? I don't think we've seen Agnes Cave. We haven't seen Zora. We haven't seen Saw's Closet. Nor have we seen Eastern at all. Just a big 20 here in the Dark Cross. Where would you go next? I'd probably probably just head to Eastern at this point. Do a quick check of Desert Ledge and Agnes Cave is a good call. Just 20 bucks on the ledge, so no information from that. How's the audio, by the way? Let me know if the street... Like, I would hate to turn down Streets of Rage music, but I just want to make sure it's not overpowering. Eh? Captain, that's not very helpful. Eh? Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a tiny bit. Just a wee bit. Touch loud? Okay. There. Hopefully that's better. If it's too loud, you're too old. I guess Locke is gonna head up to Hera maybe after this? Yeah, looking like it. Well, we are going to find out if Hera Basement is our progression. I mean, it does have an item. We do know that since we saw the map and compass already. Which would be really unfortunate for Roz. Do I need to scoot closer to my mic? Would that help? Is that better? I've been told I mumble at times, so. Where are we going next? I can't wait to see this Hera Basement item. I'm ready for it. My body is ready. There's still plenty of items over in the East Palace area. I mean, we're really just looking for a Moon Pearl. That's it. That's the main thing that we need. Roz, what are you doing? What are you doing? You already got that chest. That was a sword. Don't you remember? I think this is a shovel check at this point. Alright, can we get a vanilla Tower of Hera big key? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, if this ends up being like Moon Pearl or like super important progression, then Hera Basement's probably gonna be the last thing Roz does. And we're still a little short on Zora money, so. Alright, show me the goods. Come on now. Come on now, let's see it. Let's see what's in the Hera. If it's Moon Pearl, that would be gross. Every time I'm in, like, Locke's position, this chest's gonna be nothing. Oh my god. God, that sucks. That's so terrible. Holy cow. Alright, well, might be a bit before Roz gets that. While Locke will probably just head straight to the Dark World and say, heck it. Okay, well, that's such a, I mean, it's just such a really rough situation to be in. Because, I mean, the Hera Small was in the back of Escape, and Fire Rod, I think, was here over in Ice Rod Cave. And, you know, it's... So it kind of worked out really well in Locke's favor that he went up to the mountain before getting the hammer, because then it saved him from that, doing that. Because then, you know, of course, later you're going to try and hold off on going immediately back to Hera after getting hammer. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure at this point, Hera Basement is crossing Roz's mind and just like, wow, oh, missed the bird. See a bird. Yeah, this is looking like a Zora check. And that's it. I mean, could maybe squeeze in a visit to the hobo for a sequence break. But yeah, without flippers, without Moon Pearl, can't get the waterfall chests. Every week, every async, I'd say, you know what, there's no way this one's gonna be a stinker, and then it's just another stinker. I'm sorry. Promise I'm not doing it intentionally. I mean, I could see why some people, after doing, like, tournament races and qualifiers, get the feeling like, the seeds are handpicked when you just constantly, week after week, get these bad, nasty, stupid seeds. I mean, Hair Basement on its own is just a bad check. The seed just kind of pushed you in a very particular direction. There's the Thieves Town Big here in Skull Woods. So if you just happen to do Light World in a different order, then the seed's not that bad of a start. Still bad. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, the Moon Pearl could have just been behind in Saha's closet or something. But no, it decided to be a cheeky bastard. You know how there are particles that change how they behave if they're observed? Seed Gen is like that. It knows if a lot of people are going to be watching it. The seeds, they evolve. They're like, oh, the seed's going to be on a restream, better make it off. Adaptation. Well, this could also be a situation where Roz stumbles upon something really helpful here in Eastern. We have our second boss of the seed, Lammolas, here in Skull Woods, which is not too bad, unless you whiff your only 2 fire round shots. Whoops. Alright, hammer's the way. The thing that stinks about Lammolas in this fight is that some of the other bosses that you can actually kind of push around, like, you know, Cold Stare, the Vidi Eyeballs, Armos Knights. You can kind of knock them into the spikes to deal extra damage. Lammolas, no, they are sturdy. They are immovable tree logs. They are a series of orbs. Alright, no problem there for Locke. Easy game. Takes down Lammolas, gets that green pendant. This routing's gonna work out well for Locke just because we'll have green pendant on his first visit to Saha. Though, if I'm Locke, especially with the knowledge about the bow... Oh, well, there's the mitts. Oh my goodness. Okay. With that knowledge of the bow, I'd be like, man, I really hope I can, like, find all the stuff I need to get that bow before heading over to the east area. So Roz does pick up the mitts, which are a nice find. It always feels weird when you have mitts and hammer before Moon Pearl. But that means that Roz will be able to do more stuff. Oh, you know what that means is it's probably going to lead Roz to doing, like, Beerless Smith or something, which is also bad. Alright, last check here in Eastern, and then, other than Zora, all we have left is that Hera Basement. Compass? Oh, good call. Real quick check of the boss, it's a Mothula. Alright, where are we going, Roz? Zora check, probably? Yeah. Yeah, that Hera Basement is last location for sure. Locke chose violence. I did like that it looked like Locke picked up that little magic drop in the 5 rupee on the way up on the elevator ride of the Wallmaster. Who knows? Maybe Zora has something cool. Small key on Bumper Ledge. Alright, that's going to be Castle Tower key number 2 with the Cape all the way upstairs GT. Oh, yay! Ooh, Tower of Hera. Tower of Hera. Desert. Oh. Well, at least it wasn't Eastern. That would have been frustrating. Okay, so. Yes, Roz had to do everything in the seed up to this point. Did pick up mitts. Did pick up a required big keep. Not the worst things. And what else is interesting is once Roz gets this Moon Pearl, they can just go ahead and do Dark Death Mountain if they want. He's vanilla 300. Locks making their way through Thieves Town. Both players one dungeon apiece. I feel like it's been long enough that I'm sure anyone that's played the seed that's watching has very, very little memory. Yeah, as always, thank you to anybody that played the seeds. Anyone that participates in the asyncs. I'm looking forward to playing the next one after this. Captain doesn't like Boss Randall. That's okay. I don't either. That's why I didn't play this seed. I wonder if Block's gonna go for the full dungeon. I mean, the only risk is leaving the big chest behind, but the big chest could have the map or compass in it, so. Quake medallion. Alright, Roz. A few seconds away from getting that Moon Pearl and shaking they damn head. I mean, what else could this be at this point? I mean, I guess it could be like Mirror to go get Moon Pearl out of Desert. See if we do get the immediate Dark Death Mountain. Looking like it. Oh yeah, this is boss shuffle, so you could make the play to go ahead and just skip out on the back of Thieves Town. Just go straight to the boss. Ooh, Roz gotta be a little bit, or Locke's gotta be a little bit careful. Doesn't have a heart. Might not even make it all the way to the attic. Very, very convenient heart. Doesn't want it. I mean, this might be set up for a Death Orb, maybe? Hmm. Locke, what are you doing? Well, somebody forgot what mode they're playing. That always happens, it's okay. Alright, what do we got up on Dark Death Mountain? This is new info. We got a big 20 and a big 20! Great. Oh, the only downside about coming up here, this might actually hurt Roz later, is if, you know, we know that there's a big key on Floating Island, so it kind of feels bad coming up here without the mirror. Let's hope for Roz's sake the mirror is just chilling here in Hookshot Cave. Heart piece. Big money. The boomerang. Ugh. And a small key. Nice. Alright, well, no mirror. That kind of stinks. So that big key is going to be chilling for a bit. And it's Ether Medallion for Turtle Rock. Locke gets a rematch with Lamolas. Alright, so far pretty okay bosses. I think the worst so far being that Helma at the top of Hera. Gets a big 50, which I think leads me to believe that the big chest had a map or compass in it. Potentially. Look like we got double ether today as well. Double ether. Ooh, there's the Swamp Small here in Mireshed. And the boots! Very nice find for Roz. Putting those mitts to good use. I mean... this will be interesting. Roz gonna... what is this? Roz, what are you doing? You're not rushing Ice Palace, are you? No, this would be Waterfall Cave. Roz, what are you doing? I mean, Ice Palace is beatable. I don't know. There's not that many. I mean, I guess there's not too many bosses at this point that we can't, like, beat. There's certainly bosses that we can't beat comfortably. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just jamming. This is good music. Well, let's see if this Ice Palace play works out. Oh, jeez. A perfect item to find here in the first chest device. Holy moly, okay. Locke picks up a sword in Hype Cave. Also very good. And a big key to Pod. Okay. And the mirror. Oh, no, there's the mirror. So that leads to another big key up on Death Mountain. Now I just hope that Roz gets that before they head over to Thieves Town so they don't end up doing, like, Mirrorless Smith. Yeah, that's a very good Hype Cave. Smaria good because we get to do Icebreaker, a cool little door extension trick here in Ice Palace to kind of skip that little barrier. Makes routing this dungeon much nicer. Oh, the good news about finding that pod, Big Key, is that that's one of our pendant dungeons, so that's one less thing that can be in Ganon's Tower. That's definitely what you want to see. Clock has all 4 TR smalls, too. Ooh, what's this play from Locke? He does have a green pendant to turn in, so... what is Locke doing? I have no idea. What is he doing? Oh, nice. There's the Desert Small here in Ice Tea. I can't imagine Locke's gonna go, like, beat Hera right now. Spike Cave? Now? No. I don't think he even has the resources to do it if he wanted to. This route is very questionable from Locke. Especially because he was at Pod, but it was like, meh. I mean, it's a beatable dungeon. I think, oh, you know what? It's because it's Big Bomb. Locke just wants that Big Bomb right away. I guess. Ross, what are you doing? Yeah, that'll show that, Argus. That's really funny. I mean, it's got Cold Stare's coloring, so you know that's an easy mistake to make. Yeah, we've seen boss shuffle related flubs from both players. Locke bombing the floor in Thieves Town Attic, and now this Bombo's on Argus. It's funny though. I'm not upset. I'm laughing. Oh, almost got the quad fire rod. Locke using what few bombs he has to try and knock the shield, knock the mask off of Helma. Roz picks up a lamp. Lamp's a nice find. It should be a bit of an easier phase 2 with Master Sword versus Fighter Sword. Helma is still just hovering around that hold there. Baiting. Just baiting Locke to approach. But takes him down, no trouble. No real trouble. I'm thinking Locke's plan was to do Big Bomb to Pyramid to, I don't know, to Catfish Zora in that order? Perhaps? Oz grabs that mirror. A wee bit of a high five from our two runners passing by one another. I think this is such an interesting play from Locke, especially just due to the fact that Hera is not in logic without the big key. I think technically Thieves Town isn't either without the small key. But I mean, what the hell is logic anyway, right? Like, who cares? Who cares? It's just logic. Logic is more of a suggestion, really. Locke was wanting to set up hook speed, but no boots. 50 bucks, 20 bucks. So not quite the bit, not quite what you're hoping for. Gets a bee in a bottle too. It's a good bee. Oh, you know, this does. I mean, yeah, you can check the first chest of Castle Tower without a small key. Yeah, I'm just glad Roz got the mirror before going to Smith. I was a little worried. Nobody wants to watch someone do mirrorless Smith. That check sucks. Oh my god, big key to Meyer? What a nice find for Locke. You gotta be feeling good about that. I think Locke was about to go do Pyramid, maybe? From the portal, the pod portal. But then remembered Hera was the red crystal, so... Another big key on the Pyramid. Which one's this? Please be Hera. Turtle Rock. Dude, And a red mail from the Smith turn-in. Okay, well, getting our grubby hands on some big keys now. Looks like now Locke is gonna go to pod. I wonder if Locke having that bow knowledge is what's sending him over to pod now. I mean, he doesn't have the myths. So options are a little slim right now. We have what, like Graveyard Ledge, Catfish, Zora. Oh my! Wait, we already have that. I got excited for a second, then I remembered that we started with the Ice Rod. Man, that's gotta be really frustrating to think about. I mean, I guess it's no different than just getting a green rupee or something. And it's all dungeons, so it's not like getting the green rupee was a gamble. Will purple chests wait for you after doing a dungeon? I don't remember if that's a thing. I guess so. Okay, this time I'm actually going to pay attention to the front of Thieves Town. We got a compass. There's 50 bucks a compass. Map in the first chest of pod. Quake, right? I remember that. Oh, gonna bail. Not interested. And there's the purple chest. Alright, well. Small key to GT. And also coming into pod with only 2 small keys is kind of rough. Yeah, I know crystals kill your follower. I just thought certain entrances would do that. I wonder if you enter the cave where you normally save the old man, would that also kill it? Whether he's saved or not? Oh, another big key to GT. Okay, well that's a good find. Our go mode options are dwindling. So right now, Eastern Big could definitely be it. Castle Tower small keys. That kind of reminds me when I was doing the Escape from Hell rule stuff, and when the room that normally you save the maiden in from Thieves Town, if that showed up in a Dorando Seed in standard mode with Zelda in tow, it would delete Zelda, and therefore make it impossible. I remember that. That was fun. We got a Moldworm here in Desert. See if Locke can get this hammer jump as well. Failed on the first attempt, but second attempt looking good. Do-do-do-do-do. 3 crystals for Roz. Small key to Meyer for Mr. Locke. And the compass. Great. Wonderful. Well, this will probably be an Eastern play then. I would assume so since... well... Oh my gosh. Is Locke actually gonna walk out to go to Catfish? Oh no. Almost... Oh, did he not have... He didn't have bombs to check this. Wow. Locke's been having been definitely losing time to bomb issues. Oh, there's our flippers on the torch here in Desert. That is a beatable but not full clearable Swamp Palace now for Roz. I mean, look at Roz's inventory. Aside from the bow and ether, almost a full deck. So let's see, what do we need? We need that bow. We need ether. We need an Eastern big. We need a Mire. No, we've seen the Mire big. Is it really just Eastern big, Castle Tower keys 1 and 2, bow and ether? Ugh, mushroom. Gross. I'm not gonna get their mitts here pretty soon. Curious to see where they go with it. I missed it, but I don't think Purple Chest led to anything. There's Ether, onto the doorstep. Ooh, I wonder if that's gonna send Roz into Mire now. Mire Big Key was first chest Castle Tower. GT Big Key was on the Pyramid. Gosh, where was the TR Big? That was in Pod. And then we still have that Big Key up on Floating Island. Oh yeah, Ra's gonna head into Swamp instead. Oh, where was that Thieves Town Big? Is that in Skullwoods? I don't remember. It was far too long ago. I mean, aside from the big keys, I feel like Roz is in a good spot right now. Just need to not isolate stuff. The problem is, like, Roz definitely needs to find that Thieves Town Big Key to set up purple or Big Bomb into Pyramid into first chest. Oh, there's one. Okay, well, there's one Castle Tower small. That's the thing is, if Roz gets the other one, can beat Castle Tower, would not only get the bow, but will also put her on the castle to go to the Pyramid to get that GT Big. And Locke immediately gonna go get them boots. Good stuff. We'll probably go ahead and do Desert. Get that Ether Medallion as well. Can beat Mire. Oh wait, no. Oh, Locke messed it up. Can't beat Mire. Still needs to go to Ice Palace to get that cane. You know, I gotta say that Ice Palace play from Roz was actually pretty stellar. Right, that was the Swamp Small. Kind of important. Probably a good thing you went back for that. Didn't quite get out the door before the bomb went off. Completely. This is a little diver down action. I like that hesitation from Roz, waiting so that the fire snake didn't get locked into that bottom corner. That fire snake can kind of be a pain in the arse. Alright, Locke, what are we doing? Probably gonna go beat Desert. That would make the most sense. And then can get flipped. Oh! Maybe just opening up Mire, then going into Desert? Oh, but doesn't have the Desert big. Right. I feel like that was... Where was that? Was that up on the mountain? That was on Zora. I remember. Alright, left side swamp, a bit of a stinker. Thieves Town Big Key was in the back of Skull. I remember now. Okay. Are we gonna find our Eastern Big? Are we gonna find the other Castle Tower Small? Maybe a couple, maybe another sword. There's always a sword in Swamp, right? Ooh, half magic's nice. That's a good find. Unless you were hoping to fake powder at some point. Heart container here in Mire. So yeah, we're kind of getting new info from both runners. Yeah, Locke's gonna have to double dip this dungeon without Kane. But might see Roz end up going here anyway without the big key. Yeah, that's been really exciting about this this pairing. Ooh, book. Is that ever since? Well, literally the beginning of the seed, these runners have done completely different stuff. It's been, like, purely divergence this entire time. Which is kind of what's crazy about playing and racing randomizers. You never know. You just never know. There's so many different ways you can get to the same point. Like, and the best part is when you have seeds like this, where two runners are taking completely different paths, and then somehow end up being, like, seconds apart from each other. There's the Ice Palace Big Key. So, if there's something in the Ice Palace Big Chest, that's really bad. Because now Locke's gonna have a full clearable Ice Palace. Do-do-do. Another crystal for Roz. See the Cold Stare fight, no problem. I like the use of the sword beams. And immediately turns in the book to go check Bombo's tablet. Interesting. Why Locke's taking this route, despite not having Samaria. But what do we got here? Ooh, okay. Thieves Town small. There's another pod small. I don't think Locke realizes... Oh no, he wants the magic. Okay. I try my best to never assume what the runners are thinking or doing. I don't want to assume that somebody's making a mistake and then being wrong. Well, why is Locke doing Desert? He doesn't have no bacon. We have... Us, the viewers, have so much information at our exposure. Disposal, not exposure. I don't know why I said that word. That's not the correct word at all. We know where all the cool things are. We just need a few more cool things. You know... Oh, right. was about to say, I'd like to see Roz go beat Thieves Town, but no big keys, so no... But this is going to work out. Roz is going to get the GT big key and the Meyer big key, and I would imagine would probably go ahead and dip Agate Tower for the 2 items. I would. I absolutely would. And we'll get the Meyer big key and Kinko beat that dungeon, so... Oh, sorry, TR. Where was the GT one? Okay, the GT one was in the pod. TR was right there. So that is a full clearable TR for Roz. Holy moly. It looks like Locke's gonna head to Swamp. Nice Meyer big. So Roz has options now. Can go full clear Meyer, can go full clear TR, can go full clear Skull. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wonder what the option here is. It's like maybe heading to Graveyard Ledge. Catfish baby. Mushroom turn in. You could do Mushroom turn in Catfish. You could do Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb if we haven't already. No, I think we did. I would assume we already saw King's Tomb. So at this point, we're still looking for one more Castle Tower small. Eastern big, which could be that one that's up on top of Floating Island. I'm assuming, because Roz, I think, is using auto-tracking, and auto-tracking would remove your mushroom if you already turned it in, so I'm assuming Roz didn't do that yet. Would have liked to have seen that on the way up to Catfish, because it's kind of quick. You just do a mirror bonk. Oh. Oh, nice Tempered Sword. Sweet. Well, it's either we go beat Meyer, or we go do TR. Okay, now we do Mushroom. I guess. Since we're already done with Desert, I feel like it's okay to just go ahead and full clear Meyer and get it done with. If we go up and do TR, we can check Ether Tablet. We can go get that big key that's on Floating Island. Go full clear TR. At this point, that big key on Floating Island is either Hare or Eastern. Boy, I sure do hope it doesn't turn into a Castle Tower go mode. Castle Tower small key go mode. That would be the ultimate stink. That's like the worst case scenario in any all dungeon seed. Is that why people like playing faux all dungeons or fad keys? I kind of like the one that they have for the tournament, where Castle Tower is vanilla and the GT big key is always in GT. Because in an all dungeons seed, those are like the worst go modes, in my opinion. Right now, the big difference between these two runners, aside from just, at least in general, is that Locke has not been to Ice Palace yet. No, That's gonna have some goodies. Roz has not been to Skull or Pod, both of which have required big keys. Yo, what's up, Josh? Commentating a run? Yeah, I do these basically weekly community asyncs, where anyone in the community can run the seed and offer up a restream. So this isn't a live race. This is actually, I think both these runners played this like 2 weeks ago. And then I usually will do a restream and just kind of talk about what they're doing. Yeah. And then sometimes I'll have a co-com as well. Sometimes. Haha, the funny ice big. If you're Roz, that's not a big key you want to see. Ooh, wow, that's a really nice quick rail clip. Hold on. I had an event going on. I was doing the Dumbathon stuff, so normally I would have already done this restream like a week ago, if not more. So I'm doing a little bit of catch up, but we'll be back on schedule by tomorrow, or by next, or after today. Nice culture fight from Mr. Watt. Do all these end up on YouTube's? Yes. Every single one of them are on YouTube. Yep. Right now, the basic system is that every fifth async, I'll do some sort of like stupid hard mode or some sort of cross keys, and I'll play it. But for the most part, I don't play these. I just commentate them. But it's kind of just a fun way to hang out. This is kind of a fun way to like hang out and showcase some people from the community and just talk about rando when there's nothing at stake, because like this isn't a tournament. This isn't even a race, really. Just two people that ran the seed that I wanted to showcase. Nice spooky. It's still a trick that I've never tried to learn. That I never will. Log about to go pick up their tempered sword. See if heading into Ice Belt afterwards, or oh, nice Armos. Oh boy, Bolus Armos, perfect. Yeah, with tempered sword and fire rod, I don't know if sword beams is the answer here. I'd probably just be going for spins. Or like poke dashes or something. Fire Rod still does pretty good damage. Here's the Desert Big for Lock from Zora. Thanks, Zora. What is this, Samari? Like, normally, yeah, sure, but come on, Roz, you got better tools than that. Use the Fire Rod. Oh, nice double kill. Come on. Come on. All right, are we going to get our... oh, don't mirror out. I know you won't, but it's scary. It's just a fire shield. Okay. Well, Roz has an interesting situation. She go to Skull Woods next, which will get the Thievestown big key to go do Thievestown. Or will we see straight to TR at this point? Yeah, Roz is using an MSC pack that's music from Streets of Rage Remake, where pretty much all the songs in the game, aside from like the flute sound or something, can be customized. So overworld music, boss themes, dungeon themes, crystal fanfares, stuff like that can all be changed. Locke picking up the funny Samaria. Let's see what's on Ether Tablet. This is still new info. We're still missing a couple items. I'm ready. I am so ready for that big key on Floating Island to be for Hera. Like 100%. It's going to happen. But if that ends up being the Eastern Big, all Roz would need to do is, I mean, all we would need to really find would be the other Castle Tower key, which would lead you to the bow, and then that would be it. That'd be all you needed collectively. But let's check out TR. Let's see what kind of goodies we can find here. Locke having a little bit of trouble with that their icebreaker. There we go. Nice and quick. I still tend to use a pause buffer to set that up. But I also haven't, like, played regular rando in forever, so I rarely ever use icebreaker these days. Because of door rando. Oh, sounds like I need to play, like, more cross keys or something. Need to play more regular modes, but gosh dang it, door rando is just too dang fun. Whoops. Locke just accidentally mirrored out. You know, it happens, man. Locke was like, where was Locke? Locke was like in iced tea room or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Oops. Powder. Bead 20. So we do know, well, Locke knows. Roz, I don't think Roz knows about the bow at Lumberjack yet. Also, I wonder. Because Locke also went over and, like, hit the switch. But if you're doing Icebreaker and you have a small key and you have... Oh, well... Maybe Locke wanted to redo the dungeon because he didn't have a small key going through here. And... I think you need a small key to wrap the dungeon conveniently, I think. If you're gonna do Icebreaker with big key. I don't think... Okay. I should stop trying to think, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so... Oh, okay, well, if Roz is paying attention, then they know that the big chest ice palace is dead, so won't ever have to go back there. Hey, okay. Okay, there's the other castle tower key. Wow, all things considered, the siege is feeling kind of quick. I think the big concern here is maybe Roz just never checks Lumberjack. And the other bow is like bow locked or somewhere stupid. I mean, that's the thing is, like, after this, you know, you go Skull Woods, you beat Thieves Town, and then all of a sudden you're full clear in GT looking for a bow. But we still need to find the Eastern Big. That's it. Collectively, we know where everything is that we need, except for the Eastern Big. So with 2 Castle Tower small keys, then you can go beat Aga Tower to get the bow off of Lumberjack to go beat Pod Eastern. So it really just depends on if that big key on Floating Island is the Eastern one or not. GT small. You know, I could also pretend like this is a live race and Locke is somehow awake at this point while playing this game right now live, despite the fact that him and Mikon were up till at least 6 a.m. Pacific playing Terraria. That's why this Ice Palace was such a bit of a shipwreck on Locke's side. Tired from all the Terraria horrors. Nice lamp. Really curious to see how this continues. So where is Locke gonna go next? Could go back and finish Mire, and maybe check Desert right, or beat Desert. So yeah. I feel like aside from that GT Big and Pod. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing is Roz can't even go to Pod or go to GT. Oh wait, no, that's not true. Roz could definitely go to GT without the big key to GT. Ooh. That'd be rough. Nice mapping compass on Laser Bridge. Third bottle. Or second bottle? Second bottle. I think right now the biggest thing that's hurting Roz is not knowing that there's a bow on Lumberjack. But if I recall correctly, I don't even know if Roz even checked like Bumper Ledge. But I mean, with what's left in the seed, you gotta kind of head towards that direction anyway. Alright, well, there is our second Argus. So we've seen 2 Lamolas and 2 Argus. We've seen 1 Cold Stare, 1 Armos, and 1 Helma, I think that's it. Most people only need 1 bow because there is you can do silverless cannon. If you find a second bow, that's great. But like most runners these days that are playing on a competitive level just need the 1. So I mean that's the thing is there is definitely still another bow out there that could be available. Alright, moment of truth. If this is the Eastern Big Key, then we, as in the viewers, are in, we know where all the items are. I didn't want to say the actual word, but this is definitely going to be Tower Para. Or Swamp! I didn't think about Swamp! Oh, no! Ew. Okay, well. How did I forget about Swamp? Oh, we did see 1 Moldworm. Okay. So Eastern Big is still at large. Feels like Roz is in a really good spot right now. Beat up all of Skull Woods, then go beat all of Thieves Town. Our pod small key situation is kind of interesting, though. I do hope that Roz checks Bumper Ledge into Lumberjack. But might go do Thieves Town afterwards first. But then after Thieves Town, you know, maybe get... Well... That's the other thing is... Hera is out of logic, so that crystal's out of logic. So there's still a Hera big key somewhere out here in the wild. Like, that could very easily be, like, right side pod. I don't think we saw a bow side pod from Locke at all. And Rod hasn't been to pod at all. Right now, the seed definitely still has some potential to be crummy. Oh, wait, what am I saying? We gotta go to GT next. Because that means... Because Hera Big Key is probably just gonna be in pod. So, all Roz needs to do... You know, there is a very good chance that Roz just goes and beats Thieves Town and heads to GT. And skips pod. And misses out on the GT Big Key there. Which could be a little bit of time waste. It's so funny seeing players go into a boss room and like frantically search their items. Like, what do I do? How do I deal with this boss? Oh, ped check? That can't be anything. That's the... Wait a minute. Okay, that's the cape. That cape does lock a small key on Bumper Ledge, though. So that small key can't be anything of importance. That's the thing, is something like that would, if I was Roz, something like that would send me to go see what the heck is at Bumper Ledge. And then might send me to go check Lumberjack right afterwards. Alright, well, honestly, at this point, if you're locked, you just go do TR into GT. Yeah, and that's the thing. I have a feeling that Eastern Big is just going to be in Eastern. Locke's going to get that Castle Tower small. Oh, but that's the thing is... Do you go into GT without the bow and hope to find the bow while you're looking for the Eastern Big? Or if you're locked, you go beat Aga to go get the Lumberjack bow. You need to beat Aga anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you're already up the mountain. It's a bit of a dilemma, I'd say. Alright. Heading straight to Thieves Town. I really think this is just going to kind of come down to that lack of bow info. TT Big Chest might have an item. That's possible, yeah. Though, I know we saw a compass in the front of Thieves Town. I don't remember if we saw the map at all. Oh yeah, Locke hasn't done Dark Death Mountain at all. Okay, this makes sense, because I think, yeah, at this point it's either map or an item here on Lambolas, so just go for the boss. Alright, does Roz just rush GT at this point without the big key? It definitely looks a hell of a lot better than going to Ganon's, or going to Pod without a bow. Oh, we're going back into Thieves. Okay, so we must have got a map, like, in Maiden Cell or something. Or no, Roz never did any of the back of Thieves. That's... okay, that's why. Yeah, this is not a very fun spot to be in when you have access to GT, but you don't have the big key and you don't have the bow. I mean, the bow, not as big of a deal. And especially when you don't know where either bow is, you're like, well, GT's got to have at least one of them, right? I mean, there is always a possibility that GT has Eastern Big and the other bow. I think the map is going to be in the big chest with these down. I'm really just curious to see what Roz does next. Oh yeah, we do have Magic Bat to check as well. Oh, okay. Well, clearly... Wait, where the hell was the map then? Map must have been in the first chest then. Because I think I missed seeing what was in map chest for both runners. Oh man. Please check Lumberjack. Do it! Yes! Okay, alright. This is good, I think. Oh no! Because, I mean, at this point, if you go get that bow, then you go... I don't know, you're still kind of in a weird spot, but... I would rather go, like, beat Pod than go to GT without a big key. Maybe? I don't know. Chat, what do you think? What would you rather do? Oh, nice gold sword. Also, it just dawned on me that that Castle Tower key was in literally the worst spot in TR, in the freaking lava chest. So if you beat TR with only 3 small keys, you'd be boned. Gosh, what a stinker. Go be dungeons you could beat. Yeah. I mean, climbing up to GT twice feels bad. Going to Pod and then going to GT and then coming back for Eastern doesn't feel too bad. Now I'm curious, will Roz go for that bow in this situation? Magic Bat, okay. One more thing. It's tough. It's tough making a commitment at this point in a seed. I know I would also be like, man, if I had one more pod small, then I would go for pod in a heartbeat. But I know in my tiny brain, I'd also be looking at the potential of, like, what if I go to pod, find Eastern Big, find GT Big, and I get to literally go mode all of Ganon's Tower. Also, I liked on lock screen, he left that screen to try and reset, but that screen is part of a super tile, so you'd actually have to go back to another screen to actually reset that cycle. Oh, we are going Spike Cave? No, it's fine, Locke. Listen, I get it. You stayed up till ass in the morning playing Terraria, and now you have to play Rando. Like, it's tough. It's tough, I get it. Locke, So I conked out around, like, maybe 3 o'clock, like, 2:30 I laid down, and then fell asleep probably around, like, 2:45. But I, like, randomly woke up at 6 a.m., and you and Mikon were still in voice. I hope you guys had fun. Oh, not Spike Cave. Learned about a lot of what you can do. Dang, now I'm like 6.5 hours behind you two. Okay, this is looking like... I can't imagine Roz is about to go into swamps, so if I had to guess, this is probably Pyramid Fairy into Castle Tower. To go get Bo. And I gotta assume Locke's just gonna head straight to GT and hope that there's another Bo in Ganon's Tower along with the Eastern Big. That would be the most optimal way for the seed to finish. Yeah, and then you'd beat GT, you'd beat Castle Tower immediately, and then you would just go do Pod Eastern. Or you'd probably do Eastern Pod, and then after Pod you save and quit to go back to the castle. So, I think that means that Hera Big Key has to be right side Pod at this point. I think that's the only place it could be. Yeah. Alright, we're heading into Ganon's Tower. Let's see if we can find this Bo. Hey, there it is. First chest. Wow. Good job, Ganon's Tower. That's funny. And now all of a sudden... I mean, this is gonna also kind of work out... Whoop, see a lot. Kind of work out for Roz if, after she gets the Bow, she heads straight to Pod. Hopefully it's not a grab Bow and go straight to GT. Right, we're just looking for Eastern Big. That's it. That's all we need at this point. It's probably going to be in here. What's up, Roz? Small key to Pod, expected. Mirror Shield. Roz, I'm digging the Streets of Rage music. It's very good. This has been a very fun one to watch because you two have done literally different things the entire seed. Never once have you two converged on anything at this point. And I don't think you ever will. Yeah, any big key we find in GT is going to be the one we need. Because we already see, we have the Swamp one, the Hera one is probably in Pod. But yeah, for those just tuning in, we are doing a little community async restream. This is from a week or so ago. There's an open all dungeons boss shuffle with small and big key shuffle, and a few wacky starting items. Both runners are looking for just a couple more things. Locke needs to find the Eastern Big. Roz needs to find the Eastern Big and GT Big. GT Big is sitting inside the back of Palace of Darkness. And Roz is killing Aga to get the bow at Lumberjack Tree. And I'm curious to see where she goes from there. I have to know. Oh, Locke, if you're still here, what happened in Ice Palace? You, like, mirrored out at Ice Tea Room. And then did it all again. Pretty sure it was just an accident. Okay, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure because you also hit the switch, despite having the big key to Ice Palace. But then I couldn't remember if you want to hit the switch in Ice Palace, even with the big key, if you don't have a spare small key. I couldn't remember. Swing! Alright, there's an Aga one done. Alright, fair enough. Oh, another small key to a pod. There's your 5 pod smalls. Roz is... Where are we? Roz is gonna go get the bow. Okay. It's like, it took me a second to recognize what this route was. I see it now. I don't think I mean, I guess Eastern Big Key could be, but we've seen all, like, it... I mean, I guess it could be both side pod. But then where's Hera Big Key? I mean, we still have, like, Swamp Big Chest. And if we find Hera Big Chest, it could still be... Or Hera Big Key, it still could be in Hera Big Chest. Also, nice Ice Tranix that I'm now just acknowledging. I mean, Tempered Sword... What is this strat lock? I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh no, Log, no! Time to just say F it and climb, I see. Very reasonable. Hey, what's up, DT? Thanks for the 41 months. Thanks for clicking the pop-up. Always appreciated. What's up, TW? You know, I have a feeling that Locke's not going to get punished for this play. Something tells me that Locke's gonna get that classic Locke luck. And this routing, if Eastern Big Key does end up just being upstairs, then this routing is going to be very convenient for Locke, just because of being able to go straight from the last Crystal Dungeon TR right into GT. This is literally like the one and only time where I think inverted all dungeons is better than regular all dungeons. Because if this was inverted and you're Locke, you would just get the bow and then immediately climb. Maybe check DM room or something. Oh yeah, that Moon Pearl was nasty. Moon Pearl and Hera Basement. That was just bad luck, yeah. Because you had neither the Hera Small or the Fire Rod from Ice Rod Cave yet. And of course, you're going to do literally everything else you can before committing to Hera Basement. It did, however, work out, Roz, because you did end up getting Desert Big from Zora early, and the mitts led to the boots, so those were kind of nice. there's our last duplicate boss. I think that means that Vidi is gonna be at the top of the castle. Oh, yep. There's the Hera Big Key, and the Eastern Big Key right here. No. Okay, that was kind of a expected outcome because we've literally seen everything else outside of GT at this point. Man, where is that Eastern Big Key? Is it gonna be upstairs? Is it gonna be tile room? Is it gonna be behind Ice Trinex? Is it gonna be back at Swamp Big Chest? I doubt it. Though that would be fun. Alright, let's see what we got. Big 20. There it is. Okay, of course. Of course. No Ice Trinex for Locke. That also probably means no silvers for Locke. Wait. Oh yeah, no, that was our first blind. We haven't seen blind yet. So as of right now, Locke is in go mode, has everything he needs to finish the seed, so just has to beat this dungeon, beat Aga, and then go beat the bosses of Pod and Eastern. Roz still needs to go back into GT. Oh, wait. I must have read the ped wrong. I thought the ped said makes you invisible, but no, I think it said makes you invincible. Because I thought the cape was on ped, but no. The cape was clearly on the boss. Yeah, this is definitely a seed where things could have gone in so many different ways, just depending on what items or key accounts you had going to each dungeon. Like, imagine if anyone got to TR and beat it with only 3 small keys. Like, you'd full clear the game before you got your Castle Tower small key out of Lava Chest. Just the classic, you know? There's GT Big for Roz. I mean, that's the thing. If you're paying attention at this point, you gotta know that there's going to be a Trinex showing up at some point soon. And yep, as expected, Locke gonna go ahead and go beat Castle Tower, so you have an easy save and quit to get back to the pyramid later. I am curious to see if Locke goes for silvers. I'm gonna assume no. It does have Tempered Sword, so probably want to skip that. Roz heading out of pod. Think, aside from Swamp Big Chest, is full cleared everything outside of GT? Yeah. What is that, Gold Sword? What is that, what? Bonkrocks, I think? Oh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't go back to tower repair a big chest at this point. Unless you're being a memer. I hate situations like this where you're one item from go mode and you have a full GT ahead of you because you're like, if I just find this big key before I get to GT, I get to go mode all of Ganon's Tower. You just skip all the basement, but... Alright, next time we do an all dungeon seed, outside of like mystery where it's not my fault, we'll do inverted, just so we can truly experience the glory of inverted Ganon's Tower. I don't normally praise inverted, and I don't even know if I can count this as praise, truly. But it is one of the qualities that I do like about the mode. Yeah, I mean... Oh my gosh, are you actually going to do Hera? Yahoo! I don't blame you. Like I said, like, nobody wants to full clear Ganon's Tower. And then find your go mode outside of GT afterwards. Especially when you got an Ice Trinex. But... I don't know, it's tough. It's always tough to make that calls in these kind of modes. Rise, you gotta go back to Swamp Palace first. Clearly you weren't that scared. Yeah, fortunately for Roz, just needs to actually climb GT and ignore literally everything. But we'll get the silvers, which is kind of nice. We'll make the Vidi fight a lot easier upstairs. See, I feel like this is when... I always don't like modes where you get to the end of the seed and then you still have to like full clear an entire Ganon's Tower looking for stuff. That's one of the things that I do like about cross keys or something. Because if this was cross keys, at this point you probably already would have full cleared GT, right? I'm gonna see. I want to know how production is going on the door rando mode where different dungeons could have multiple entrances. I want GT to turn into a dungeon that like is split between the basement and the upstairs. 2 separate dungeons. Get out of here, Gibdo. The rando room has its own entrance. I mean, that would be wild if they were able to figure out how to make it so that, like, certain transitions, like left and right transitions, can lead to the outside. So you, like, enter Sick Kid's house and all of a sudden you're at random. I mean, we already kind of have that with the ability to randomize the back of Tavern. It is very disorienting to walk into an entrance and then the transitions into you walking downward in the back of Tavern. And you know you're going to mess it up and will immediately leave. At this point, real quick go mode for Locke. Just has to beat the next 2 bosses. Yeah, and the boss, it's Blind and Pod, and I think Mothula is in Eastern. Alright, let's see this blind fight. This is kind of a really crummy spot for blind just because the spikes. Blind can kind of just hang out in the back. It'd be funny if blind just like refused to move to the bottom of the screen. Of the punt. Roz, I'm ready to see this ice Trinex. If you can beat this ice Trinex, it'll earn you a couple points over Locke. Do we know why blind is named blind? I think that's just what the manual says. I'm assuming it's based on the fact that blind doesn't like light and is blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce in the middle of the night. But yeah, I think that's just its official name. All right, Roz, let's see it. Miss. I don't know if that one even counted. I mean, you got a gold sword. This is easy, right? Uh-oh. Panic. Can't pause. Oh, yeah, that's always the scary part. Now, Roz, you have a cape. Please use it. A little too late there. Oh. Alright, Trinex 2, Runners 0. And now Tile Room into Ice Trinex. It gets worse. Oh no. How could it get worse? Did you unequip your gold sword? Oh, you already did Tile Room. Never mind. Alright, well with that, Locke has acquired their last dungeon prize. With both Aga 1 and 2 dead. Locke will be heading back to go fight the Ganon. Though, I guess this also works. You can just run through the front. That way you can keep all your health. You gotta keep all your health. Yeah, Locke didn't pick up the silvers either. So. Oh no, Roz. Roz is having a bad time. Nobody's ever ready for the Ice Trinex. Careful, Locke. Don't want to be dying to no Ganon now. Oh, Roz, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, no, that wasn't the wrong one. You were just missing. Never mind. Did you get the silvers, Locke? No. Alright, phase 1 of Trinex down. Locke into silverless Ganon. Oh. Yep. Okay, thank you. It's one thing, not that I'm gonna use you as an example, Roz, but I do see it happen very often where people just, like, refuse to use the tools that they have sometimes. Well, yeah, at least that was a clutch heart piece. And the last pod small. Another tool that I see people just don't use is, like, even pause buffering. Like, pause buffering on tricky bosses can be super useful. But there you have it. Locke does take down the big pig. GG's to Locke. Nicely done. Pretty decent time. Always good to see a... You always want to see a sub 2 in all dungeons. Yeah, oh yeah, we've all been there where we're just like, you get hit once and you're just like mentally out of it for a second, to the point where you just kind of throw all options to the side and just say, you know, flail wildly or just try and survive. Yeah, thanks again to Locke for the last minute letting me restream them. GG's. Locke tells me that he usually always plays these seeds at 3, 4 in the morning, so I'm not allowed to judge his playstyle at all. Which is fair. I'm not gonna argue with that. But I do appreciate everybody that plays these seeds each week. This was Async 14. Coming up after this will be Async 15, which is going to be a door rando seed that I'm going to be playing instead of commentating, so that should be fun. As for Async 16, that is live as well. That is a mystery enemizer, friendly mystery enemizer, so it's going to be generally easier settings, but enemizer is also guaranteed to be turned on. Yeah, that late pearl didn't do you any wonders. It did, on one hand though, did lead you to like early mitts, which led to early fire, early boots, which were kind of nice. Might have made a bigger difference if, like, Dark Death Mountain had something more useful. I don't think Dark Death Mountain had anything useful at all in the overworld. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do when your go mode is a big key at the top of GT? And your second to last go mode item is the GT big key. I mean, it's hard not to inadvertently full clear the seed. Here it comes. 20 bucks. Oh, big key. Wow. I mean, it's also a situation where, like, if you had gone to Skull Woods sooner and could have routed in Skull Woods into Thieves Towns, you know, if it had been a situation where you had TR into GT, maybe. But at the same time, in that situation, then you might have ended up full clearing GT Basement anyway, looking for the GT big key as well. So, I mean, that's just the nature of these kind of seeds. There's so many ways that you could end up with a completely different route from someone else. You just gotta work with what you got. All things key sanity, yep. Still, I mean, I think overall you still played very well. Both you did. You know, you both had your little mishaps here and there, but that's okay. These asyncs are just supposed to be fun. There's nothing at stake. There's not even any stakes. Dang, no stakes? What's the point? Lock coming in with a 179 collection rate. Lock did skip a few things, though. Alright, Ross, just don't fall into the fight yet. I want a steak. Same. Alright, just a quick trip back into Eastern to go kill Mothula. It is hard to turn off that competitive brain, for sure. I think the only true way to turn off a competitive brain while playing a rando is to just not have a timer going. Because it's so hard not to look at the timer and be like, oh man, it's X hours on the, or, you know, X minutes on the timer, and I still am missing this many items, or I've only cleared this many dungeons. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, yes. Stupid timer. Yeah, as always, after I say after each of these, you know, if you want to play some Link to the Past rando in a casual setting, and maybe want to be on the next community async restream, you can. All you have to do is hop in the Discord. There's a whole Brew Crew Async forum channel down in the game room section. Go there, find the sheet, get the seed, play the seed, post your times, and then post your highlights. Or if you want to upload to YouTube like these two did, that works too. Always looking for new faces. I tend to pick... I try and get new faces each week, and try and prioritize people that haven't been on the restream in a while. But I also try and make sure I pick times that are somewhat comparable to keep things interesting. Because, you know, we've had a few of these restreams that have been like seconds apart or a minute apart. So it's always fun to be like, how did they get to this point? Yeah, and Ice Palace Big Chest was the compass, so another thing, the thing with this kind of mode with small and big key shuffles is you gotta remember to keep track of the map and compasses of each dungeon, which is hard to do because there's certain modes where like your menus won't tell you that, which is kind of annoying. But what if it was in Swamp Big Chest? Oh, I guess we'll never know. That was probably the last bottle. No, we have the last bottle. That was probably a heart piece. Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Well, this should be easy. Gold sword, silvers. The quickest of cannons. It's been very hard this entire session to not just like tune out my brain and just listen to the music. The music's so good. Alright, moving on to phase 4. Oh, Roz. Getting a little spicy there, huh? Alright, double will do it. Wait, is it Streets of Rage or Streets of Rogue? What do you mean Streets of Rage? Anyway, that is it. Roz has finished. Get your GGs in chat. Nicely done. Very good. Good stuff. Well done.